Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Dungeons, Dragons, and Space Shuttles. So, since last episode, I have done a lot of work. A whole lot of work. I actually spent the better part of 2 days working on here, actually. Because it's kind of come time where we need to start getting some more builds in place, because I've got a storage building, and I've kind of got an agriculture area that's, in the process of being worked on. But I need some additional buildings that we're going to start needing here soon. And so, let's see, up here, this is kind of where I've been working on the decking. It's not going to stay sandstone, chances are, but for right now, it is sandstone. There's not really anything up there, I don't guess. Let's go out here real quick. And we'll go outside of this. And let's see, if you look... Well, for starters, if you look right there, I've worked on some of the little area that kind of runs around, or the walls, some of the wall detail. It's not totally done, but I have been working on that. I've also been eating a bunch of foods. So, okay, now we need 20 varieties to get to the next heart. Nice. But, yeah, so I've kind of done this little pattern here. It's kind of in the process at the moment. And I also added this wall section that kind of runs out here and filled in the farms here. I don't have the water placed down on this side, but and then this, of course, runs up along through there, and I brought that up. And over here, I have brought out, you can see I actually did a bit of landscaping too. I need to go sleep and get rid of this rain, maybe. But I did start bringing this section of aqueducts out, and this section over here is coming out. If we continue on through here, up here I've added more farms. I don't actually have anything in them, but there are farms placed down. And well, I'll actually take you up to the top of the tower. It looks a lot better up there, I think. But it's steadily coming along. Out here you can see I've added a little moat type area that I'm working on, and this is a combination of brownstone and sandstone. I actually like the way they look together, in fact. So I have went through and I've changed a lot of this into sand, and then added that and kind of brought the road up. So we're going to change away from all this blue schist that we've got going on. This is mainly for the agricultural district, and then we'll change out over there. Now in here, this is eclogite, I don't know, bricks. I did find some of this, and of course I can duplicate it super easy with the cobalt pick, which is wonderful. But this little area right here, you can actually enter it from over on this side as well. But this is going to be kind of our forestry base of operations, where a lot of our liquid refining goes on, our Benny stuff, also our bee-based stuff is all going to be in this building. Originally, I was thinking this was going to be a tech building, but I was like, it doesn't really fit for tech to be in the agricultural district. I mean, I know the storage building, the general storage building is here, but like I said, the refined storage system is going to be off-site from the storage building. So, but anyways, there's 3 entrances here. This section of wall is going to connect into here, and then there's an entrance there, and then there's an entrance up here. So I'm going to have the walls kind of plugging into these sections of the buildings. And then actually this wall section, whenever it comes around, is going to come out a little ways, and it's probably going to end up plugging into that wall over there. So you can enter the storage building from on these walls as well. So that section of wall is not going to plug in, because it kind of comes in on the back end of the, or where it would come in would be kind of the back end of the storage building, so I definitely don't want it, I don't want it in there. But let me go grab some more food that I haven't eaten yet. I actually had a bunch on me. I'm going to get nausea. I'm eating raw food. I had a bunch on me that I was consuming, and then I ran through all of it. But anyways, if we come out of this, which I'm working on getting rid of some of these like dirt blockades, but there's still quite a bit of them up at the moment, of course. If we come out over here, okay. Oh, and I got to tell you about that new sword. I made a new sword, so. Anyways, this is what it looks like. I was going to take you up to the top of the tower, but I built this little, this is responsive scaffolding from Cyclic. I built this, and you kind of see it's starting to kind of come together. There's a little bit of greenery, a little bit of life down through there. Oh, and I added the dungeon tactics, incendiaries and cherry bombs, and the rustic wild berries right there, and then we've got space for the 4 different nether berries, and then the other dungeon tactics berry bush that I don't have any of yet. We do have space for that. But anyways, actually, let me sleep. Oh, I don't have my thing on me. Over here, you can see there's a building that's going to be coming together over here. Okay, it's a rather large building, and there's a little pond, oasis, little area right there. But let me go ahead. I love doing that. Let me go ahead and go over here and sleep. Okay, but anyways, this building over here, basically whenever you walk in, it's going to be kind of fenced in. I want to get bricks up and going, because I think we're going to build this out of bricks, I believe. Is kind of what I'm thinking. But anyways, what I'm thinking is, like, there's going to be like a courtyard that kind of runs around, and there's going to be a little courtyard section back in there. That's going to be open. And then what we're going to do is have this big structure here is going to be our factory type area. So that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. But I want to get bricks up and going here soon. I will probably start this building before we get bricks, but a lot of the exterior and stuff is going to be bricks, and I want to get clay and then subsequently bricks automated before we get really crazy with that, because it's going to take a lot of bricks. So, and bricks are a bit more expensive in this pack as well. So the brownstone isn't too bad, but making all those bricks, I definitely need clay, brick, and brick automation for that. But anyways, I did make a new sword. You'll notice I'm getting chunks here. This is a wonderful sword. It's a cleaver. And I went ahead and upgraded it to Beheading 5, which of course is obsidian and ender pearl, which we've got plenty of that. Went ahead and upgraded to Beheading 5. The parts on here are intermedium tough tool rod. So it's got prosper, so we can get prosperity shards off of it. It's got solium large sword blade, which of course is low on the attack side of things. But I think with all of our smite and stuff that we're going to get on this, it's not going to be too bad. And that gives us a chance. It gives us the chunky modifier, which allows us to get chunks, mob chunks. It's brought up in the comments that, it has to be the blade part. It can't be any of the other parts. And then I've got a living wood large plate and living wood tough tool rod, which gives us 3 additional modifiers and also gives us the ecological bonus, which is wonderful. So, anyways, you can see it's got prosperous, chunky, botanical 3, ecological. Beheading 5 gives it a 50% chance to get heads. It's got sharpest. It's got smite, just the first level at the moment. It's got luck 2, which actually I had ran out of lapis, and now I'm not out of lapis anymore. So I should probably finish upgrading that to luck 3. I don't think it actually requires that much more on it. But it's kind of nice because it gets prosperity shards. And then in addition, it gets, and by the way, I did a bit of mining, so we've got quite a bit of resources built up. And I think I emptied my backpack. Oh, and I made a smoker because I had so many hives around here, and because they do, they take off a bit of your health. Not really a big issue if you're just breaking like 1 or 2, but I had literally a ton of them. They are super common in this pack for some reason. So I did end up making a smoker because I felt like it was needed. Yeah, so now we're up to luck 3, which actually, while I'm over here, I want to boost up the luck on this. I don't know how much. It's 232 at the moment. There we go. Now it's got fortune 3. So we got fortune 3 on the shovel as well. And I'll show you why I wanted to do that. It's actually not that important. If you... Actually, I should probably... Yeah. I haven't eaten one of these yet. Oh, and I also expanded out on our mystical agriculture. By the way, those inferium crops in that little section that I wanted to upgrade to tier 2s, I definitely needed more than 8 stacks of prudentium. I did get them all upgraded, but I ended up... It was 2 full stacks of seeds. So I had to get 16 stacks of prudentium. And then I also had like 5 left over. Like 5 more seeds. So, I had to get another, 40? Yeah, 40 prudentium for that. So it was a lot more expensive than I was anticipating. But yeah, I just now managed to I just now finished eating through all of these. Just the things that we currently have plotted out farming. Which I need to add the cherry bombs and the incendiberries into this because I don't currently have those on there. But so the reason I was getting the luck 3 on this is because I want to take all this aquamarine shell that we got before it got turned off. And I want to go ahead and just break all this down. We had, what, 23 aquamarine shell, I think? And let's see what we get out of this. Almost 2 stacks of aquamarine. So I think actually we're probably pretty good on aquamarine. We're up to, yeah, a little over 2 stacks in 1 aquamarine from all of that. Well, in total. I had some left over, but I will definitely take it. I will definitely take it. So, but anyways, what we're going to be working on today, I'm kind of in a transition period because I want to get everything moved into the factory, right? Like, that's where I'd like to be setting up tech in. That's why I went ahead and started on basically plotting out that building. Like I said, originally I was planning on it being over there. And I started building that building and I was like, wait a second, I don't really want my factory hub to be in the agricultural district, because there's really going to be like that building, this building, and this building are going to be the 3 main buildings for the agriculture area. So I was like, well, maybe I just want the factory to be over here. Plus I wanted something big and, woo, in your face, like you come up through here, which a lot of the agriculture district's going to be far enough away from where most of our time's going to be spent in the city, I think, because it's going to be a little bit farther out this way and over here and stuff. So I figured, well, maybe we'll set it up over here, and I've got plenty of space. By the way, you'll see bits of wood sticking around. Basically what I did was I was cutting all this stuff down, but then I had a drawer filled with oak wood, and then I had about another drawer's worth of oak wood that I had cut down. So what I did was I just took flint and steel and just lit all this on fire and just started letting it burn. I basically used up an entire flint and steel and just lit everything on fire, and just, that's like extreme deforestation. So, but anyway, since we're kind of in transition and I want to get moved over to this area, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing a little bit of cleanup work, a little bit of miscellaneous type cleanup work. I like to do these episodes here and there because, of course, not all the quests really have anything that we specifically need per se. And this is kind of the same within this. So, for example, straw. Straw is used to consume liquids from tanks and in world. It may also be used to consume fluids from machines' internal tank. Basically, it's for cleaning stuff out. It's kind of like the pipet. I like the pipet a little bit more because I'm just kind of a fan of the pipet. But let's go ahead and make ourselves a straw, which is just some sugarcane. To do that, but we're going to start getting into tech because I want to start getting into auto farming, which will be great. So there we go. There's our straw. And quest complete. And we get 4 sugarcane and a protein clay bucket. And then we can take this, and it says in the quest book to put this down and drink it. Put it right here. So if we put that down, and we hold right click, we're going to drink it out of there. You can see we got absorption 4 and saturation 4 from doing that. So, yay. But anyways, we can drink liquids out of tanks and various things with that. So, but me, I'm just going to dump it off because I don't want that. But the pipet you can use to clean out tanks and internal inventories and stuff like that with it, and it's quite wonderful. Okay, so there's like stone torches, for example. Let's go ahead and knock these out. I mean, a lot of this stuff we just don't really need. Stone rods, these are standard, and we need to get 4 stone torches. So there's our stone rods, there's our stone torches, and there we go, quest complete. And we get either 5 torches, 5 stone torches, or 5 torch arrows. I'm going to take the torches. Torch arrows are nice, though, because, of course, you can fire your torches, which is pretty great. I'm just going to throw these away because I don't want them. And then I've got so much wood, it's ridiculous. 8 wooden spikes. We'll actually be using these before too long. But for this, we're just going to need wood, planks, and a wooden axe, which is standard. Wonderful. Okay. It just so happens I have a bunch of wood over here. Because because of all the trees I've been cutting down, I'm literally swimming in the stuff. It's ridiculous. There we go. There's our 8 wooden spikes. And I'm just going to, well, whatever. You can go on the ground there. Okay, protect your base number 1, and we get either 8 wooden spikes, 2 oak doors, or 5 ladders. I'm going to take the wooden spikes. Now, the Kirby plushie, we're actually, I can't craft that. We're going to have to find it. So, that we'll have to wait on. The rice slime balls, they want us to get 2 of these, which is standard. Okay, so what we're going to need to do is just get potatoes and rice and our mortar. Okay, there we go. And this way we can kind of get our quest book a little bit cleaned up. There's also some quests, not just in the first tab, but there's some other ones that I want to do, just so we can get the ball rolling on some other quest lines. Okay, so there's our 2 rice slime balls. And we get 2 more rice slime balls and a copper coin. But I'd like to get this stuff done so we can kind of get the ball rolling on some other stuff that I want to work on. So, throwing torch, we need to make 2 of these, which I think actually takes the rice slime balls. So we're going to need slime balls, string, and 2 torches. Oh, and I also want to make elevators today, too. So we'll just kind of do some quick cleanup stuff, and then elevators, just kind of miscellaneous type episode. So there's our 2 throwing torches, and we get 6 more and another copper coin. Okay, and then there's also the Smiley Cloud. We're supposed to make one of these. I think it takes the solidified XP and 4 wool. Okay, that's easy. Okay, so there's our Smiley Cloud. There we go. And you can give this thing like various names. It talks about it in the quest book, so we may set it up later, but not right now. So we either get 3 light blue wool, 4 cookies, or a cake. I'm going to take the 3 light blue wool. Okay, and then we need to get a wood pile because we haven't done charcoal like that. Which honestly, I don't even know if we're going to, unless we wait. Is that not right? Okay, we need the handsaw for this. Okay, I think we needed what 5, but I'm gonna go ahead and just make 8. I don't care. I have so much wood, it's ridiculous. Okay, so there's that, and we get 10 wood piles and a copper coin. Wonderful. And it details it in there. I've covered this a bunch. So if we do find ourselves needing charcoal, we'll do this, but I've got so much coal from the mystical agriculture that I don't think it's too useful. Okay, now the wood to iron chest upgrade. Wood casing with iron plates. Okay, so this is pretty easy. There's that, and there's that. There we go. And we get a wood casing, 2 iron, and a copper coin for that. Now there's a quest here for upgrading our shulker box. And it says that we got one as a reward. We never got one as a reward because this quest and this reward were changed, I think, after we did this. And then, of course, this quest was added. And so it was kind of out of sync. So we don't actually have a shulker box. I don't think that we can craft one of these yet, because we need shulker shells to be able to make it. Yeah, so we're going to have to get to where we can find shulkers before we can do that. I still sometimes have zombies get into the base. Not really sure how they managed to do it, but I think I've lit everything up, but it could be a tree or, something like that, but I don't mind. And then fancy fences, they want us to make... Oh, use your chisel to convert vanilla fences to willow fences from Natura. It just so happens I actually have 10 oak fences left over. Okay, and I've got this chisel. Yeah, so there we go. 10 willow fences. 2 inverted light blue lanterns and a copper coin. There we go. Which I actually need to see. This is my last chisel, which we've been getting them from loot bags. And I need to see exactly what it takes to make another chisel. Okay, they're cheap. Never mind. I was actually kind of worried because I was like, is it going to be like expensive or involved or something? But no. And then we need to make a flower pot. And that's easy. There we go. Then there's a quest for saltpeter after that. So there we go. Common loot bag and a copper coin. And then they want us to get 4 saltpeter. Wow, I don't have any saltpeter. Okay, the reason I've never found any is because it spawns 50 to 80, and I never mine at 50 to 80. There we go. There's some saltpeter. So we need a shovel for this. That's perfect, because we got fortune on our shovel. I didn't quite get enough. Okay, there we go. And uninspected minerals, which we're going to need these later. I've been trying to stock up on them. Just going to throw all those down. I don't really want all these things. There we go. And I guess I'll take this. I've got so much copper essence at this point. Like, we're good on copper. Also, I found some Jacksum, which I haven't really been finding Jacksum where I mine either. So it looks like maybe I need to start mining a little bit higher up. But we get 4 saltpeter, 2 cooked salmon, and copper coin. So yay. And then lastly, for the quest that we can do right now, of course we're going to have these 2 quests left, but Protect Your Base 2, we need to make 8 stone spikes, which is a saw, any kind of stone, and then compressed cobblestone. Which at some point here soon, we're going to set up a crafting system that, we're going to set up a little crafting system that auto compresses this stuff for us, because it would be quite useful actually. So, there we go. There's our compressed cobblestone. There's our 8 stone spikes. And I guess, let me go ahead and put compressed cobblestone right there. So, okay, so Protect Your Base number 2, we get either 16 stone spikes, 1 compressed cobblestone, or a stone reinforced bow. So we're going to take the 16 stone spikes, naturally. There we go. Okay, so that quest tab is as done as we can possibly get it. We just have to get a shulker box upgraded, and we have to find the Kirby plush. Also, we have completed this quest for the glass bottles. We get 8 charcoal and 2 copper coins for that. We have also completed... we've completed a few in here. We've got the cactus. We get an uncommon loot bag, copper coin, and silver coin. Rubber, we get an uncommon loot bag, copper coin, and silver coin. Then the Botania flowers, we get the same reward again from that. And let's see what all we got in our loot bags. We got 4 fertilizer, some iron, some evil dust, a bucket. We've got another bucket. We've got 4 feathers and 2 neon, and then we got a torch arrow. Okay, now I also want to go ahead and make the coat of arms and the blood letters pack, because these are required for blood magic quest. We're going to need a bunch of blank slates. I assume this is, yeah, we're going to need just a bunch of blank slates. Okay, let me run over and make some blank slates and get this stuff together. And then I'll be back here in just a second. It's just blank slates, so it's not going to take that long. Okay, our blank slates just finished up. And I actually did a full stack at once. Because, for example, if I put this in here, well, I did 63. But you can see it keeps pulling them out. And that's because the hopper can deposit the entire stack. It still takes the same amount of blood. But that way you can... let me put this away. And I'm actually going to grab this because we're going to need it. But that way you can just have a bunch of them running, and I could just sit there and kind of passively... but that way I could just kind of sit there. I was just editing footage while it was running, and it doesn't, without any acceleration upgrades, or without any acceleration runes, or speed runes, I mean, it actually doesn't run fast enough for it to quickly burn through any of the blood. Wow, I got an enchanted book off one of those guys. So it took a while, but it really wasn't all that bad, so... but anyways, we've got that, and we're also going to need some Evilcraft spikes, which these are pretty cheap, of course. I just need iron and dark gem for those. I think we've actually got some of these made up, but... okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at our coat of arms, and we're going to need wood tanks. I think for both of these, actually. And then for the first one, we're going to need 4 iron plates. Okay, I had to get the methane gas pressed out, which, like I said, we're going to be automating that stuff soon. But there's our coat of arms, and then we need the blood letters pack. So, and it's pretty much the same stuff. Oh, it needs a stone tank for that one. Okay. Well, there's a quest complete. Which technically we could move on now, but we will, but not just yet. Because I do want to go ahead and get this other one. So this is all just stone and glass. And I tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and grab a stack of each of these. And let's go ahead and... there's 4 of them. Okay. I want to go ahead and throw 3 of these in here, because that's what I use to move lava. But I only have the 1 right now, so I have to pretty much wait until it's drained. And it'll just make it a whole lot easier if I can just have like 4 of those for repairing armor, because it actually takes a good fair amount of it to repair armor usually. So there's our blood letters pack. And then we still have an absolute ton, 48 blank slates left over. So yay. And then all of this stuff that's left over, I'm just going to toss. 'Cause it's all free at this point. Okay, so the coat of arms, we get either 2 blank slates, 4 iron plates, or an uncommon loot bag. I'm going to take the 4 iron plates, I guess. Or the blank slates. Let's take the blank slates, whatever. It doesn't really matter. But I've got so much iron, it's ridiculous. And then over here we get either 2... What is this? 2 rainbow curry, 2 copper coins, 2 silver coins, or 1 gold coin. I don't know why you would ever pick either of these things because you can get a gold coin. I'm gonna take I'm gonna take the gold coin. I can make rainbow curry in due time. So the lesser tartaric gem, we've also completed this. We get 5 insulated gold cables, 16 arrows of paint, a block of gold, and a gold coin for that. And then, okay, there's an incense burner quest. Okay, I was thinking the tartaric gem that we were at would be, it's probably on down here just a little bit. Does the incense burner take the lava crystal? If it does, it does. And it takes a potential sphere, which really isn't all that bad. Of course, we kind of just bypassed it anyways, because it's not really necessary. We're going to be setting up automated blood before too long. So, but anyways, I just want to get those quests done. That way we're kind of back on track for this stuff. For this stuff that's coming after. And I wanted to go ahead, before I upgraded the tartaric gem, I wanted to go ahead and just get that quest done. Okay, now the last thing I want to do this episode is I want to make some elevators. It's high time that we make some elevators. Personally, I'd prefer these. I love to do pneumatic craft elevators, but for now I don't really have access to these at the moment. So we're going to start with the open blocks elevators, which take bronze plates. We're going to need, what, 14 per elevator? 14 bronze plates per elevator. And ideally, I would want 6 of them, I guess. Which I actually have quite a bit of bronze in here. Let me grab that stuff. There's 51. I'll tell you what, I'm going to get this running, making more bronze, because it will be useful for us to have that. It actually does this pretty quick. So, and let me go ahead and throw in a bit more coal into there. Okay, so we've kind of got started. We're going to need a lot more bronze. If I get the thing to make plates, it would be a bit cheaper, but it's not really a big deal because resources are, especially with this pick, resources are basically free. I just pop down the mines. And then I'm going to need 12 pieces of wool. I'm going to need 12 ender pearls. Let me go ahead and grab that. And right now we have almost 2 stacks of ender pearls. I had 2 stacks, but then I pulled out 12. So honestly, with that enderman spawner and with a fortune 3 sword, you get ender pearls so crazy fast. It's just ridiculous. Okay, and then I'm also going to need 6 wireless receivers. Okay, so there's those. And we'll toss those into there. And then we need 6 blocks of luminescence, which is a whole lot of luminescence. It's gunpowder, redstone, and glowstone. This might be the one thing. Yeah, because see, I've only got 3 glowstone, so I'm going to have to go take a trip to the nether. Not a big deal. Okay, and I think that's the last of the bronze plates that we need. So there we go. The copper is, I think, the only thing I'm low on. I have 2 pieces of copper left, but I have almost 2 stacks of essence, so it's not it's not really a big deal at this point, I don't think. Okay, so we're gonna need what, 27 crafts, so 54 glowstone minimum. I mean, I'm gonna get just as much as is there. But I feel like we're prepared for the nether more than we used to be. Because used to, the nether was actually scary, and now I don't think it's going to be that bad. We've got pretty good armor, and we've got pretty good weapons, and strangely enough, there's not a whole lot of mobs spawning down here either. So this might actually be a quick, easy trip, in fact. Yeah, that's all the glowstone I really have to get. Like, that's my minimum mark. Like, I thought that was going to be an easy trip, but that was like an easier trip than I had anticipated. Okay, so there's our 54 luminescence. There is our 6 blocks of luminescence. Gunpowder and redstone I've got plenty of. Well, I've got a bit of redstone. I don't have plenty of redstone. I was mining it, then my bags filled up before I could mine up as much as I would have liked to have gotten. But so anyways, there is our 6 elevators. And then later on we can dye these if we want. That one should be right there. So we'll go ahead and just drop one down right there. Drop one there. And now I can easily pop back and forth. Shift and spacebar to do so. And that also means that over here, I'm going to make this building a little bit... of course, with the ladder thing where you can right-click, I usually don't have an empty hand, so I don't bother with it. But unless I'm going to the very top floor. But this building will be a little bit more easier, I guess. Not really easy, but a little bit more fun to traverse. So we'll drop an elevator there. And then we'll drop an elevator, which I got to get back on this building and finish out the roof here pretty soon. So I will get on that. This floor, actually, the elevator is going to go to there. Is where it'll need to be. So then I can just kind of go through here and just clean all this mess up. There we go. And so now I can... Oh, you know what? It's not going to let me go down because I have that full lamp right there. So, I might want to clean that off. Well, yeah, it won't. I'm going to have to do some organization. It can let you move through so many blocks. Like, I can move through this ceiling and whatnot, but there's a limit, and I think this kind of beat out the limit. All those iron chains were counting. So, okay, so there we go. We got elevators in here, and then, of course, I can right-click those with a dye and dye them, which I will do that at some point, but I'm not sure what color I want to go with. Actually, I don't know. In that tower, I don't know. I've got to figure out what color. I don't know. In that tower, I actually don't mind it too much, but so the elevator here, it's off to the side a little bit, but I'm going to dye it like probably brown or something. But yay. So now we have elevators, and then I'm going to have to put another one down in the basement area, which really I should have made 7 of those, but I'll make another one here pretty soon at some point. Once I get started on the basement, which actually the basement's where we're going to put all these ores and some other stuff down in there as well. So I'm not for sure yet if it's going to be 3 floors including the basement or 4 floors. I haven't decided. We'll see. We shall see. Because, I mean, I've got space here. This is going to be like food and ingredients and mystical crops and other stuff, because I'm not going to need this big of a room for mystical crops. So it'll probably be like mystical crops to like right there, and then like other stuff through here. I may do like the random like redstone type stuff. That's all going to be autogen. This is going to be blocks that are not autogen. This is going to be mob items and probably some other stuff. And then we're going to have plant stuff over here. So, I don't know. I may have like miscellaneous junk and ores downstairs. We'll see. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Next episode, we'll probably have the factory done enough that we can start putting stuff in there. Just basically what I'm waiting on is I've got to get the walls put up so that mobs aren't in there like blowing us up and stuff while we're trying to work. That's the bare minimum. I have to get that stuff done. I just didn't have time, to get that done in time for today's episode. So I figure we'll just do some cleanup stuff while I'm finishing that out, because I really didn't want to bother setting up our tech and then turning around and having to move it like shortly after. And we really need to get that stuff cleaned up, because a lot of that stuff, like the stone torches and stuff, I just don't have any interest in. Bloodletters pack and the coat of arms, I don't really feel like I need it at this point. That's the worst thing about those being more expensive and the runes being default, is I can just go with the runes, and I don't really, I don't really need the other stuff necessarily. So, but I know the pack is still very much work in progress, so I'm imagining that we'll probably see blood magic getting some treatment at some point, because as it stands right now, most of blood magic is pretty vanilla, except for strangely like the bloodletters pack, the coat of arms, and the incense altar. Those are more expensive, but the actual altar stuff is not terribly tweaked, and like the Tartaric Forge stuff isn't tweaked. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button, and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already, to stay updated with when new videos come out. and I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe. I'll see you guys then.